is up, my friends? How are you guys doing? Welcome back. Thanks for stopping in. I know it's been a minute since we've chatted about some movies. You know, it was the holiday seasons. It's Thanksgiving here in the States for any of you guys that aren't in the States. You know, and so the kids were out of school. We were all just having a good time, and I was spending time with my family, eating good food, drinking good drinks, and, you know, just having fellowship, being together with one another. That's what it's all about. And I hope wherever you were at and whatever you were doing this past week or how many days we haven't seen each other, I hope that you were loving the ones you're with, loving yourself, and just having a fantastic time in life. Guys, today we're going to be talking about a man. Yes, we are going to be talking about a man who runs from 1987. This is The Running Man, directed by Paul Michael Glaser. Now, guys, before we put on our shoes and tie up the laces, hit that like and subscribe button for me, because this is kind of one of those staple point Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, right? It's the one where, you know, this comes a year after Predator. At least I think it's a year after Predator. It might be the same year as Predator. I can't remember. But Jesse Ventura's in this. Arnold Schwarzenegger's in it. Richard Dawson from Hogan's Heroes and The Match Game or some game show, maybe Family Feud. He's in this. It's based off a Richard Bachman novel, which if you know, it's Stephen King. That's his pseudonym he goes by. It's written by Stephen King. It's, you know, this is, from what I understand, this is nothing like the actual book that it's based on. There's a remake that has just been released. I actually got to check that out over the Thanksgiving holidays with my son, and we'll be talking about that tomorrow in the next episode of what we do here. So yeah, guys, this is just pure, unadulterated Arnold 80s action, right? This has, you know, it has your action, has your sci-fi kind of qualities to it. The acting's not superb, but it has memorable characters. Richard Dawson is the scummy TV host. I mean, he's already got that, you know, 100% down. I mean, he used to kiss the ladies on Family Feud and stuff. So, you know, Richard Dawson, he plays the scummy game show host very well. Arnold Schwarzenegger is Ben Richards. He's the guy who basically, you know, in the novel, he's trying to basically like find, you know, help his wife and child. His baby needs medicine. You know, they have to be taken care of. The world economy has collapsed. So finding money and medicine and food is really kind of hard for people who aren't in the upper echelons of society. So, you know, that's what's in the book. In this one, he just refuses to open fire on a group of unarmed civilians. And so for that, they throw him in prison. Then he winds up meeting a couple folks in prison, and they wind up, you know, trying to kind of break out. Then they get put on this show, The Running Man. And The Running Man is basically you're running for your freedom. If you can survive for so long, you know, money, prizes, freedom, that kind of stuff. And I enjoy this film because, like I said, it has eclectic characters. There's one guy he's not with us anymore. He was a actual opera singer. So the guy with the electricity gauntlets and all that, when he was singing in the movie, that was actually his voice. He was really singing that aria or whatever he was singing from opera. That was really his voice. Then we get Jesse Ventura. Him and Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, became buddies on the set of Predator, and he was in The Running Man. He never actually, I can't remember, it's been a few days since I've seen this. He never actually joins the fight, I don't think, but there are a lot of characters that you would. There's one guy, I can't remember this cat's name, but he's an older African-American gentleman, and he's one of the guys that's in this, and he's really good. He's like a flamethrower guy. He's just, all these characters are so eclectic and so, I guess, original and genuine for the time, you know? It felt very much just like an epic sci-fi romp, a very dystopian kind of, you know, a very dystopian kind of outlook on the future of America. And this takes place in 2017, so we're only about 10 years removed from that, just about 8 years removed from that. And so I guess we're in pretty good shape as far as the world economy goes. Maybe not. Maybe we're heading that way. Who knows? But yeah, guys, The Running Man is just seminal Arnold Schwarzenegger fare. If you like Arnold, if you like 80s action films, if you like anything like that, this is definitely something you should check out. I have always been a fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger since I was a knee-high to, a grasshopper. And I have always enjoyed his films, whether it be Terminator, Predator, Commando, The Running Man. They've always, he was the real deal back in the day. He was the definition of an action star. And this film is no different. He still has those cheesy one-liners that we expect from Arnold. He still has the, cool when he hollers and stuff. Like, it is just a fun film. I'd only ever seen it maybe once or twice before this new one was the remake was released. I'd only seen it once or twice. So I decided before me and my son went and saw the remake that we would go check this one out. And I popped it in the Blu-ray player one night and we watched it. And my son, he actually, after the fact, after we saw the remake, he said that he liked this one better. And I have to agree. And we'll get into that in our next episode. Next time we meet up, guys, we'll talk about the remake of The Running Man. But as of right now, that's it for the original Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out, for talking with me for a little bit about this. And, hit that like and subscribe button on the way out before you go. And as always, my friends, I'm going to keep making them as long as you keep watching them. Peace out. God bless you, and I will see you soon.